All right. So thank you so much for joining us on Extrabyte. If you missed the podcast, make sure you go back to Sweet Bites with Sandra on wherever you find your favorite podcasts, either Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or Google Podcasts, wherever you might listen. But my special guest today, her name is Jade Goudreault, and she is from Canada. She is transplanted to the US. So thank you so much for joining me. I'm
Sure. Thanks for
yeah,
having
I'm
me.
I'm so happy to have you here because I have listened to some of your music and I was like, girl, you are on the cutting edge with these lyrics. And I had to talk to you and introduce you and your music. If you haven't heard some of her songs, you got to take a listen. So let's talk about what inspires you every day, because some of the things that you're talking about, I'm like, if either you're going through it or you are talking about what people have gone through. So are these songs based on personal experiences? How do you do that whole songwriting thing? What's your process?
Yeah, I would say most of them are based on my experiences. I kind
Mhm.
of go in the studio and have fun, and whatever comes out, I just let it come out. And
Mhm.
sometimes it comes from like my ballad, my only actual real ballad called MTI. It was from my diary. I literally started reading my diary, and then my co-writer was like, "Wait, wait." And then he got his laptop and he started typing out some lyrics or some of the things that I was literally reading off my diary, and then
Mhm.
we wrote the rest of the song.
Yeah.
And then other things like more playful songs like Peaches, I just kind of naturally had that written before I went out in with the producers, like a
Mhm.
year before, just like not the whole thing, but like the chorus and a little bit more, and
Mhm.
like the post chorus or something. And I loved it so much, and it was so playful, and I didn't even really know what it meant. I didn't care. I just loved
I was
it.
going to ask you
Yeah,
what exactly is
it means
365?
something now. It means something
Okay.
now. Yeah, because we wrote a whole song about it, so it had to like
Yeah.
mean something. So it basically is like, it's obviously kind of super playful and not super serious, but it is about like um trying too hard. Let's say like when you have a new friend or something, and you feel the need to dress the way that you think they like,
Mhm.
and the reason why, like, um I know normally I'm not a person that's like that. Normally I'm very like, I really don't care. Like, I don't care at all what people think.
Yeah.
But with this one person, I really looked up to that person,
Mhm.
and it felt the need to like change. And I only realized it after I was no longer really her friend. I realized, oh, yeah, that was not healthy. And I
Oh.
because then I felt like, oh, now I can wear these colors that I want, or and I was like, whoa. Anyway, so that's kind of what that's about.
And that's the
And
365. I throw peaches in the bathtub. I love it. I don't know why.
yeah, yeah, the reason why I say that is like, it's like I pictured this guy. Actually, I pictured my brother because he likes peach candy,
Mhm.
and but I remember like it was a joke and a play off of that, but basically him
Yeah.
just telling me once like, oh, I'll have peach candy, and then me being like, oh, he likes peach candy, or like whoever it is, oh my god,
Mhm.
they like peach candy, and then you just think
Yeah.
everything peach, and then you just start throwing peaches everywhere, you know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
just,
going to that extreme to
yeah,
please, right. That makes sense. Well,
that's
so
why I say overdo the math. I overdo the math.
mhm. Well, so you have a range. I feel like a lot of the songs that you sing are very playful, but you can sing. You can really sing. So, where do you get that from? Were you a trained vocalist as a young person, or is that just natural? Like, where do you
um
get that?
I was into acting.
Hmm.
Several years ago, I was into acting, and I thought I would be an actress. And then I took a I took some lessons, like for a little bit, for like a year or so. I took lessons from this guy that was really sweet and really like really patient with me, because I didn't care at all. I didn't try hard. I like didn't go home and practice like he said to do, and like, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So like I literally did some vocal warm-ups with them, went home and like didn't do anything. So I didn't put it to use. I
Mhm.
built some strengths up for like nothing at the time. And then
Yeah.
later on, but he was very like sweet, and I think that that's really important. So it didn't
Yeah.
like, it built up my confidence to actually try it later on.
Mhm.
And later on I started posting covers on YouTube because I made skits and stuff like that naturally on YouTube with my friends and stuff. So
Mhm.
then when I started singing, I was like, why don't I just post it? Like, I was never really scared about that, so I was like, let me just post it. And I started posting it and sometimes like get some comments and stuff, and it was really fun. I love that. And that's how I started singing. And then a few years ago, 3 years ago, I I wrote my first song and released my first song. So
And so how did, like, let's talk about that part because a lot of people are a little bit scared, I would say, to put themselves out there. So what is it that you feel is, like the easiest, I mean, like you can just put it out there and not care, right? So what about that fear? Can you tell somebody who may not be putting themselves out there what, to kind of get over that boundary that they might have of letting people in?
I hope, first of all, that you would be proud of what you're making yourself, not thinking about
Mhm.
what other people think at all. Which I used to go in the studio and be like, oh, I want a top 40 sounding song. I don't do that anymore. I
Mhm.
go in and I do something that makes me so happy, and sometimes it's so off the walls weird and like nobody will listen to it, and sometimes it's really good and a lot of people will like it, but I don't
Mhm.
think about that anymore. And I think that's important when you're creating, to first love it and be so
Mhm.
excited about it.
Yeah.
And then hopefully that makes you excited to share. And if it makes you nervous in the sense that you think people won't like it, I don't know. It's just something to work on, like something to work on to not care at all. And if
Yeah.
negative comments do bother you, don't read them. Just
Mhm.
start with putting out art and then letting it go and go moving on to the next thing. But just try to not care so much. I know that's hard,
Yeah,
but
I know it's hard not to care, but I do feel like, even doing this with Sweet Bites with Sandra and doing the Extrabyte, I'm kind of like, I wanted to do something like this for so long. And
yeah.
we're in the middle of the pandemic and I'm like, why not? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And so when I was listening to some of your music, there was a song from a while back that you had released that it sounded very kind of like a very chill vibe. I'm forgetting the name of the song right now. Uh,
Chill, like fun chill or chill.
I remember the music video is like in a house and you're walking through like a party.
Oh, oh, bow down. That was my first one. That was my first
Bow
song.
down. Yeah. So
Yeah.
that one, I was like, this girl like is walking through the party. She doesn't care. Like, what are you creating the concepts for music videos as well? Or are
Yes.
you are. See, so
Yes.
you've got the like the audio and the visual. Like,
Yeah.
so is all of it just your vision?
Yes.
Awesome. And so
Of
when
course,
you
there's always some certain images that are collaborations.
Mhm.
Like overall it's my vision, and then somebody will say, "Oh, why don't you have I don't know, and a little idea, but the
Yeah.
most of it is I'm very controlling when it comes to the vision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and it makes sense because it's your art, right? And so when
Yeah.
you were doing, there was another song that just it spoke to me because I'm a mom,
Yeah.
and you're
Oh,
like,
if
if
you
you
don't
don't
have a
like
mom.
your mama, don't mind me. And I was like, thank you. So, what
Yeah.
is the inspiration for that song?
I'm very close to my mom. Like me and
Hmm.
like we're best friends, and it really gets on my nerves when people don't like her or talk anything bad about her. I
Hmm.
just it really irritates me to the point where I just lose that love for that person. Like it's
Yeah,
that bad. I'm just like, I don't like you anymore. You don't like my mom. And
I
it's
know.
just that, and I had that title written down, and like I'll write down lines and titles and all, ideas in my notebook. And I have like two notebooks full of like different ideas that I go back to and sometimes choose them. And
Hmm.
that's where that came from. But yeah.
Nice. Well, so in the video, is that your mom?
Yes.
I was like, is that her mom? Did she make a cameo? That's so awesome.
Yeah, that's
Well,
the
so,
first music video.
that's so cool. So I didn't know if that was an actress playing your mom or if it was your real
No.
mom.
Hmm.
Nice. Well,
She
so
was
it's
nervous too. She was like, I don't want to. And I like picked her outfit and everything. It was very cute.
so she's now a star as well. It's a
Yeah.
family business.
Yeah.
Well, right. Well, so what is next for you? I know that I feel like during the pandemic, you've been putting out music like every other month or something like
I'm
that.
trying really hard every month, but sometimes it's hard. But yeah, yeah, yeah. After this, I'm trying to keep up this momentum. I really
Yeah.
am. I'm trying to release something every, you know, month. And then with videos, it makes it even harder, like
Right.
to put out that much content because videos take a lot of effort. Well, so do
Mhm.
songs, really.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's fun going in to create the songs. So I definitely plan on making more music. I'm probably gonna fly to see my favorite producers in Quebec City,
Hmm.
which is close to where I'm from, Montreal. So
Nice.
I'm probably gonna go and write some more songs with them, come back, and yeah.
Well, so do you also have music? 'Cause I didn't see any when I was scrolling through, but do you also sing in French?
Not yet. Well, if you listen really carefully in Peaches in the
I
back,
heard a we, yeah.
there's like
Yeah.
several French lines if like ad libs, and so but they're not obvious. They're very like yeah in the back. I really want to write French songs.
Hmm.
I just haven't yet. It's not natural, even though it's my first language. I speak it fine, or like perfect, but it's hard to write songs in French. It's different. I just don't have very
Yeah.
much experience, but
Yeah.
I should practice because I really want to.
Nice. Well, so anyone that you want to work with moving forward, as far as producers or even collaborations with artists.
Well, Gwen Stefani is my idol, so that would be like a
Ooh.
fucking dream. Oh my god, that would be insane. Um, I love Ed Sheeran as a person and as a musician, so I would love to collab with him.
Hmm.
Somebody like super different than me, like Skrillex, that would be cool. Yeah, there's a lot. There's a really a lot. And then some random ones that you probably wouldn't even know that I find on Spotify that are just like,
Yeah.
whoa, this sounds so different and cool. So yeah.
Yeah. That would be, I can just imagine. I mean, all of the people that you mentioned, I can just imagine that would be so good for collaborating. Well, so one thing I ask everyone, and that is what is like a secret sauce or an app that you live by or something that you can't live without that you use on a daily basis right now?
I mean, I would say like I this is super uncreative, but like my computer and my phone because you can literally do everything.
Hmm.
Um, and then this app that I wouldn't say it's really like maybe it's not so healthy to have, but it's like
What is
it's
it?
like it's like it's like an app for Instagram that tells you like who unfollowed you and like all this stuff.
That's okay. It's good to know who your friends are.
Well, well, yeah, in general, like I don't care. Like I'm like, okay, whatever, whatever. But if it's like a close friend and I'm like, oh my, or like somebody that I thought like believed in me, and sometimes you take it way too serious. Sometimes people just like don't want to be following too many people. They unfollow,
Yeah.
fine, some but sometimes like it's like, oh my god, I was not expecting that.
Oh,
I
it sounds like
don't know.
a song coming out.
Yeah, I should write a song. You unfollowed me. I'm just kidding.
Well, so I know you're in LA. Are you planning on doing any performances obviously we're in the middle of the pandemic, but in 2021 at all?
Oh my god, yes. Oh my
Yeah.
god, I can't wait. I
Yeah.
really can't wait. I want to open up for somebody on tour.
Mm.
I really want to get that experience of like the big crowds, and I think that will happen. I'm really
Hmm.
working hard on the momentum and like putting a lot of content out. So by the time like next year, summer whatever rolls out, hopefully I can start performing and like doing big shows and stuff because that's my dream. I love that.
Yeah. Well, so have you, I didn't see any, obviously, because we're not nobody's in concert right now. But who would you like to open up for?
Oh, I mean, the first person I thought it was Gwen Stefani just because I love her so much, but I don't know if that would really make sense with the sound that I have. So I would
Mhm.
say probably Jeremy Zucker. He's
Mhm.
like, do you know him?
Mm-mm.
He's like, he's probably a larger up and coming, like he's still up and coming, but he's
Mhm.
like pretty big now. So
Mhm.
I probably him. That would make a lot of sense. Wait, who did I think of the other day? Even maybe Noah Cyrus or um
Ah, yeah. Oh,
I'm trying to think like not just who I like, but who would fit the
who would make
sound. And
sense?
that's a
Yeah.
little like trickier, but yeah, I don't
But I
know.
think
There's
that
so many.
someone like, and this is just taking a
Lau,
chance.
Lau. Wait,
Who?
Lau.
Lau?
Lau would totally make sense. He's the one that sings "I like me better." Oh my god, that's the song. I
Ah,
like me better when I'm
num.
with you. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Nice. I think you need to be with with Taylor Swift.
Well, that would be
because
sick.
because you have such a songwriter background. I feel like the
Yeah,
people who love her would love
yeah.
you because
Oh,
they're
wow.
into
Yeah,
lyrics and context and journaling and all of that, and
yeah,
I feel like they're open to singers who have a story, because she's a
yeah.
storyteller, and I feel like you're a storyteller. So yeah, I'm putting it out
Oh,
there.
that would be thank you. I would. That would love. Yeah, I would love that. Whole wow, that would be awesome. That
Yeah.
would be awesome.
Well, I wish you nothing but everything, gold and platinum and all of those accolades that I feel like are so in your future. If you haven't already had them already, because I know that you've had some really hitting songs that have come out, but I feel like it is like skyrocket for you in 2021. So thank you so much for joining me. And I will put all of your links. Where is the one place that you want people to find you at? Is it IG? Is it Facebook? Is it your website? Where do you live the most?
I would say I'm starting to post more on Instagram. I used to be
Mhm.
focused more on Facebook. Now it's like Instagram for sure. But
Mhm.
also Spotify is really important
Mm.
to me because
Okay.
I can post shows on there when I do have shows and like,
Hmm.
I'll be posting all that. But yeah.
Nice. And she will know if you unfollow her.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's important. No.
I see you. I see you.
I see you. All right. Well, have a good rest of your day, and thank you so much for joining me on Extrabyte. If you have missed the podcast, make sure you go back to Sweet Bites with Sandra, and make sure you see all the links, as I'm going to post all of her songs on here as well. All right. See you later.